Hooded figures have long been symbols of terrifying secrecy and mysterious power.
Hail Satan! Hail Satan! Hail Satan!
But when cameras catch them in places they don't belong,
Hello?
doing the unexplainable, the shadows turn far darker than we imagined. Stay with us, because what you're about to see will change how you look at the world after dark. A group of friends were driving home late at night when they decided to take a shortcut through the woods. Big mistake. As they rolled down the narrow road, they saw figures standing on either side, completely still, dressed in red robes and white masks. What made it worse was they didn't even flinch, like they were expecting them. Curious, and maybe a little too brave, the friends parked at a distance and came back on foot. That's when they saw a fire burning in the clearing, and the robed figures chanting in a circle around it. Whatever it wasn't meant for outsiders, and the friends quickly realized they might have just become uninvited guests to a cult ritual. Dark ritual. A very bizarre clip claiming to have been leaked started circulating online and left people completely shocked. It showed what appeared to be a secret location filled with people dressed in dark hoods and robes. At the center, a group of them were holding what looked like a man on a cross, while others raised burning flames high above their heads. The hooded figures swayed back and forth as if conducting some sort of ritual. As the short clip went viral, many believed this was evidence of the dark elites performing a human sacrifice, while others wondered if it was never meant to be seen at all. Undercover ritual. A man obsessed with satanic rituals decided to infiltrate one himself. Disguised in the same hooded robes, he hid a tiny camera on his body, transmitting everything to his friends. The eerie glow of torches flickered as hooded figures chanted, their voices blending into an unsettling hum. He moved cautiously, blending in, careful not to attract attention. Then, the screen glitched. Static silence. His friends panicked, trying to contact him. Hours passed. Days. Weeks. No one ever saw him again. The authorities found no traces of him or the cult. Did they discover his secret? Did he become part of their ritual? No one knows. But that night, he vanished into the dark and never came back. Forest ritual. A man hiking deep in the woods stumbled upon something disturbing. From the edge of a cliff, he spotted a group of people robed in white gathered below. Among them were children, and their movements suggested they were performing some kind of ritual. Alarmed, he quickly left the area, saying nothing about the scene felt normal. Later, when he posted the footage online, it spread rapidly. Viewers flooded the comments with theories. Some insisted it was the Illuminati carrying out a human sacrifice. Others pointed to the notorious KKK, while many believed it was a secretive mountain cult hidden away from society. Devil ritual.
Hail Satan!
Hail Satan!
A bizarre video was uploaded online on September 2nd, 2018. It showed a dark room with people gathered inside, but they didn't look like ordinary people. Their faces were completely covered, and the way they moved made it feel as though they were part of something sinister. As the recording went on, it became clear these were new members being welcomed into some kind of devil society. The head of the group stood at the center, leading the ritual with strange gestures and chants. At one point, he claimed it wasn't what it looked like, but the atmosphere told another story. To many viewers, there was no doubt this looked like people working for the devil.
These people are extremists. They're religious extremists.
Forest ritual.
Hello?
Two friends ventured into a haunted forest, hoping to catch something paranormal on camera, and they got more than they bargained for. After a while, they noticed faint lights flickering through the trees. As they crept closer, the camera picked up a shape moving around the candles. It looked like someone performing a ritual, but then they turned on their flashlights, and that's when things got real. It wasn't just one figure, but several, cloaked in black, suddenly alerted. The moment the light hit them, they started moving toward the pair. That's when the friends dropped everything and ran. Ritual room. These guys were out for a midnight exploration when they stumbled upon an abandoned building that looked straight out of a horror film. As they crept inside, one room stood out. The door was slightly open, and something was burning inside. Naturally, they had to check. Peeking in, they spotted 4 candles on the ground, surrounded by strange markings. And standing around them were 2 robed figures, motionless. It looked more like a summoning than a prank. The internet was split. Some said it was all staged, but others claimed they could feel the sinister energy through the screen. And honestly, it did feel like they had just walked into something they shouldn't have. Creepy procession. Bro is never going in that alley again. A man taking a shortcut through a dark alley instantly regretted his choice. At the far end, a group of people in red robes moved in perfect sync, each carrying a glowing candle. Their faces were hidden, their footsteps eerily synchronized. He froze, unsure whether to keep going or turn back. Before he could decide, one of them slowly turned its head toward him. No words, no sudden movements, just a silent warning. That was enough. He backed away, turned, and ran without looking back. Who they were, what they were doing, didn't matter. Weeping lady.
Senhora?
A man was suddenly woken by the sound of distant crying and went out to see what was happening. Outside, he saw a woman draped in white, sitting on a bench, her head covered by cloth and long hair hiding her face. He asked her what was wrong, but she gave no reply. Instead, a loud sound erupted behind him. Startled, he turned around. But when he looked back, the woman was gone. The entire encounter happened in an instant. Where did this mysterious figure vanish? And what was she doing there, weeping in the dead of night? Many believed it was nothing less than a weeping phantom, accidentally caught on camera. Hidden ritual.
O voyager across the sky, thou clear midsummer moon.
Monte Rio, California has its share of eerie tales, but one camper didn't believe them until he became part of one. Woken by strange noises, he quietly climbed a tree for a better view. That's when he saw it. A ritual unfolding in the dead of night. Hooded figures carried burning torches, their slow march casting eerie shadows against the trees. From his hidden perch, the camper barely breathed, knowing he had stumbled upon something forbidden. He didn't climb down until morning. By then, the figures were long gone, but the fear remained. Graveyard apparition.
Que porra é essa?
A man driving past a quiet cemetery at night captured something truly bizarre on camera. Standing beside a tombstone was a tall, horned figure draped in a black robe. At first, he assumed it was just a statue, but then it suddenly moved. The way it shifted made it clear. This was no mannequin. The footage left viewers unsettled, with many convinced it could have been one of the rumored elite cult members carrying out a ritual among the graves. Whatever it was, the encounter was terrifying and deeply mysterious. Dark rituals.
Hail Satan! Hail Satan! Hail Satan! Hail Satan!
In Ottawa, the Satanic Temple carried out unusual ceremonies known as Unbaptism rituals. These gatherings were meant to break old religious ties and free participants from their past faith.
I am the black flame of enlightenment.
The events usually took place in quiet, hidden locations, away from public eyes. For those involved, it was seen as a personal act of liberation, almost a fresh start.
Before the mighty and ineffable Prince of Darkness, and in the presence of all, I renounce all past allegiance.
But for outsiders, the sight and secrecy felt dark and unsettling. Some insisted it was only symbolic, while others believed something much deeper was unfolding. Yet, no one truly knew what occurred behind those closed doors. Drone discovery. A group of Indonesian YouTubers decided to test their new drone in a remote mountain area, a place where few dared to go. As they scanned the landscape, the drone's camera picked up something chilling, a massive pentagram drawn into the ground, with a lone figure standing at its center. 3 others, all dressed in white, surrounded the symbol, unmoving. It looked like something straight out of a horror film. The YouTubers immediately saved the footage, unsure of what they had just captured. Was it a dark ritual? A secret cult? Whatever it was, they didn't stick around to find out. Shadow Witch. Take a look at this terrifying footage captured by a group of social media users who called themselves paranormal investigators. They were exploring what was said to be a haunted shack when suddenly they stumbled upon something chilling. In the dim light, it looked like a ritual was taking place. Candles, markings, and strange objects scattered around. But before they could process what they were seeing, something dark and shadowy ran up the wall right behind them. That was enough to send them fleeing without looking back. Many believe the shadow figure was the witch performing the ritual. Let's just hope it didn't follow them home. Black figures. A man had a creepy feeling like some mysterious beings were following him everywhere, so he decided to attach a camera to the back of his car, and what he captured was even more unsettling. At first, he noticed that some black, mysterious figures were walking down the street, and he thought that these were just nuns. But he started to get really scared when more of those black figures started to appear. They were everywhere, and he started to get a strange feeling that maybe there was a dark, mysterious force following him. Haunted Chapel. A social media user was filming his late-night visit to an abandoned chapel, and that too, completely alone. Inside one of the rooms, he stopped to admire a memorial plaque on the wall when a sudden noise made him turn around. There, staring at him through the small window of the door, was something terrifying. The ghostly figure of a nun. Its face was pale, almost as white as the head covering wrapped around it. Panicked, he fled outside.
What the hell's that?
But when he pointed his camera back at the chapel, something even stranger appeared. On the left side of the roof, a figure seemed to be standing still. Many believed it was the same ghostly nun.
Guys, whatever I've just seen is staring right at me. What the is that?
Cloaked presence.
These meters going nuts.
Can you stop for a second?
A team of ghost hunters visited the Titanic Museum, where numerous artifacts from the sunken ship were displayed. Hoping that some spiritual energy from the tragically lost passengers still lingered, they attempted to make contact with the dead. In one chilling exhibit stood the iron gates that once trapped lower-class passengers as the ship sank. The investigators asked for any spirits to reveal themselves.
Can you show yourself to us?
And the camera stayed fixed on the gates. But when it briefly panned to the crowd, something strange appeared. At the very back, a cloaked figure slipped silently behind the onlookers. Witnesses swore no one in the room matched that description. Was it a spirit tied to the Titanic? Or as some claimed, the Grim Reaper?
We can't hear you if you're in there.
Cemetery ritual.
Are they praying? It looks like they're praying.
No one knows what happened to the people in this clip. A man walking past a cemetery late at night stumbled upon something straight out of a nightmare. Hooded figures stood in a circle, chanting in a language he didn't recognize. Strange symbols were drawn on the ground. Hidden behind a tree, he recorded the eerie scene until one of the figures suddenly turned. That was his cue to run. He never looked back. No one knows what happened to the people in that ritual, or if the man who filmed it ever truly escaped whatever he had disturbed. Silent Nun.
Hello? You alright?
A mysterious and unsettling clip made the rounds online, and it appeared to have been captured in the UK. The footage showed a homeowner's eerie late-night encounter just outside his flat. It began when the man heard strange noises on the street. Looking outside, he saw a figure dressed as a nun pacing back and forth on the sidewalk. Concerned, he asked repeatedly if the person was all right, but received no reply.
You alright?
Feeling uneasy, he retreated inside and called the police.
I'm gonna go in and call someone.
Later, he shared an update. The figure was still there. A lone, silent nun roaming the streets at night unsettled viewers, reminding many of the creepy clown sightings back in 2016. Some thought it was a prank, while others believed something far darker was happening. Ghostly nun. A man, late at night, was filming a cathedral in a small Italian town when he accidentally captured something chilling on camera. At first, nothing seemed unusual, until he uploaded the clip online. Viewers began pointing out a strange figure standing in one of the windows. A close-up revealed the unmistakable outline of a nun, but the man swore the cathedral had long been abandoned. So what exactly did he capture that night? Many believed it was the restless spirit of a nun, haunting the old cathedral like something straight out of a horror film. Shadowed Reaper. A person recording inside a hospital captured something truly horrifying on camera. In the short clip, a long, shadowy figure could be seen standing beside a hospital bed. The footage was too brief to determine exactly what it was, but many viewers were convinced it resembled the Grim Reaper itself, waiting silently to take someone's soul away. The eerie shape appeared motionless, cloaked in darkness, before the recording abruptly ended. While skeptics quickly dismissed the video as nothing more than clever editing, others weren't so sure. Was this an omen caught on film, or just a trick of the eye? Hospital Reaper. A person recording inside a hospital captured something truly horrifying on camera. In the short clip, a long, shadowy figure could be seen standing beside a hospital bed. The footage was too brief to determine exactly what it was, but many viewers were convinced it resembled the Grim Reaper itself, waiting silently to take someone's soul away. The eerie shape appeared motionless, cloaked in darkness, before the recording abruptly ended. While skeptics quickly dismissed the video as nothing more than clever editing, others weren't so sure. Was this an omen caught on film, or just a trick of the eye? White Follower. This street surveillance clip went viral for all the wrong reasons. Two women were walking down a quiet road late at night when the camera caught something sinister behind them. A tall figure, draped entirely in white, followed closely. Its face was hidden, its body shrouded, and it seemed to float above the ground as it moved. The women, completely unaware, continued walking, never realizing what lingered just steps away. When the footage was shared online, people were horrified. Some believed it was a restless ghost, while others claimed it was something far darker, perhaps even the Angel of Death. Windshield Monster. Nothing gets more terrifying than this. A couple were worried that they had run into a person while driving on a dark road, but their worry transformed into pure terror after seeing what was in front of them. It was a dark, unknown creature that was staring at them through the cracked windshield. The creature's features are not very clear in the video, but the couple was clearly terrified because they could not stop screaming. And things became even more scary when the creature started climbing their windshield. Creepy woman. During a routine patrol in a remote area, a Saudi policeman spotted a lone woman in white standing in the shadows. Something felt off. As he stepped closer, she let out strange, unsettling noises. Her body twitched unnaturally, as if something unseen controlled her movements. The air around her felt wrong. The officer, trained to handle danger, felt something deeper, primal fear. He knew better than to ignore his instincts. Without hesitation, he backed away, choosing to leave rather than face whatever stood before him. That night, he didn't just encounter a stranger, he stepped too close to something unexplainable. Masked figure. A notorious haunted road in India has been the site of disturbing encounters for years. But one man decided to see for himself. Armed with a dash cam, he set out on a late-night drive, hoping to catch something unusual on film. The road stretched on, empty and silent, until his headlights caught something ahead. A figure dressed in red walked in the middle of the road, its face concealed by an eerie mask. No normal person would be there at that hour. The driver kept recording but had no intention of stopping. Whether it was a trap or something far worse, he wasn't about to find out. Goatman Intruder. This terrifying clip was posted by a man who believed an intruder had entered his home. He quietly recorded the hallway from his room, when, suddenly, a robed shadow appeared at the far end. Its head didn't look human at all. But according to him, this wasn't the first time. The figure had broken into the house on multiple occasions. Viewers noticed what looked like two horns protruding from its head, convincing many that this could only be the Goatman, and that the man was in serious danger if it kept visiting at night. Others believed it was a cult member, perhaps even casting a spell. Cave Witch. An adventurer exploring a mountainside stumbled onto a scene straight out of a nightmare. Deep inside a cave, his camera caught sight of a dark figure cloaked in black. It sat hunched over, rocking what looked like a child's body back and forth in its arms. But the body didn't look fully human. Its limbs and features appeared unnervingly distorted. The man froze, refusing to step closer, terrified of what he was witnessing. When the footage surfaced online, viewers were convinced this was a witch performing a ritual. Many warned the explorer to stay away, before she decided to curse him. Forest Procession. A man camping with his friends in the woods at night stumbled upon something chilling. Strange lights flickered in the distance, and when he went closer, he saw a long line of figures moving slowly through the trees. Each one held a burning flame, their bodies hidden under blood-red robes. A closer look showed their faces were completely concealed beneath heavy hoods, leading some to believe they weren't even human. The sight was eerie, unnatural. What were they doing in the forest at that hour? Many online suggested they were the dark elites whispered about, performing satanic rituals for power, beauty, and control. Road Phantom. Late at night, a man was driving down an empty road when his dashcam captured something chilling: a white figure gliding across the street. The footage, later posted online, sparked heated debates. Some claimed the area was notorious for strange occurrences, while others suspected a ritual in progress. But what unsettled everyone was how the figure moved: unnatural, almost floating. The driver never slowed down. He had no interest in uncovering the truth. Whatever was out there, it was best left alone. Bride's warning. Driving through the woods one evening, a couple noticed a woman in a white dress standing by the trees. The girlfriend felt uneasy and wanted to avoid her, but the guy was curious and kept driving closer. That's when the woman started walking toward them slowly, steady and silent. Spooked, they sped off. Locals say it's the spirit of a bride who died nearby while saving an animal with her partner. Now she shows up to protect or possibly warn other couples passing through. Cursed water. One night, a CCTV camera captured a chilling scene. A woman, fully covered from head to toe, walked up to a house in silence. She began throwing water all around the property, circling it as if performing some ritual. At first, it looked odd, but then came the terrifying realization. In Muslim culture, this act is believed to be a form of black magic. The water is cursed before being scattered, meant to bring disfavor, misfortune, or even destruction upon the home. Soon after that night, the residents reported strange and unsettling events. The clip spread quickly, leaving viewers disturbed. Graveyard entity. Take a good look at this footage and tell me what you see. As the camera slowly panned across a graveyard, something, or someone, came into view. Crouched on top of a grave was a strange, hunched figure. It looked humanoid, but was it cloaked in heavy robes? Or was that thick, matted fur? But when the camera panned back just seconds later, it was gone. The internet was split. Some were convinced it was a witch performing some eerie ritual to bring a loved one back. Others swore it was the spirit of the very person buried there, not quite ready to rest. Witch's hideout. Locals had been hearing strange disturbance from the woods for weeks, so one night, a group of curious friends decided to investigate. They stumbled upon what looked like an open grave, partially covered with cloth. But as they pulled it aside, things got creepy fast. Inside was a hooded figure, crouched in complete stillness. It wasn't a grave at all, more like an underground shelter. In front of the figure were burning candles and a small bowl filled with who knows what. The robe, the setup, the silence. Everything screamed ritual. Netizens were quick to say this wasn't just some camper. They believed the group had interrupted a witch right in the middle of spell work. Shadow lurker. A street security camera recorded a woman returning home late at night. But that wasn't why the clip went viral. Under the staircase, a strange, shadowy figure appeared to be lurking. Just as the woman passed by, the dark shape pulled itself deeper beneath the stairs. At that very moment, the motion sensor lights suddenly switched on, as if detecting an unseen presence. Viewers were convinced this was the Grim Reaper, blending perfectly into the shadows. Some even claimed such entities could morph into smaller or taller forms, making them impossible to recognize, until they finally revealed themselves. Dark gathering. A traveler passing through an abandoned town spotted something unusual. Lights flickering in the distance. Drawn by curiosity, he moved closer. But what he saw stopped him cold. A circle of figures in dark robes surrounded a man dressed in white. His voice echoed unnaturally, as if calling out to something unseen.
The owl is in his leafy temple. Let all within the grove be reverent before him.
The traveler watched, every instinct telling him to turn back. He didn't wait to see what would happen next. Whatever was being summoned, he wasn't about to stick around and meet it.
By the power of your fellowship, no care is slain.
Tall woman. A man was driving down a dark back road at 1:50 a.m. when something strange caught his eye. At first, it looked like a shadow, but as he got closer, he saw her, a woman, impossibly tall, standing still in a flowing white dress. Her face was pale, barely visible in the dim light. Then she turned and locked eyes with his car. No normal person would be standing there alone like that. A chill ran through him. That road had always been silent, empty, but that night, something was waiting. Night Ghost. After seeing this footage, you'll never drive at night again. This man decided to go on a road trip at midnight, but soon he would regret it because a creepy figure appeared on the roadside. The entity looked like a ghost that was dressed in a single white cloth, and it was standing very still. The man was even more scared when he noticed that the ghost was looking right at him, silently waiting and watching. The driver made a smart choice and didn't stop to investigate, because nothing good comes out of encountering a ghost. Ghostly nun. A man driving home in early morning hours spotted something white by the roadside. At first, he thought it was a nun standing perfectly still, facing traffic. But when he looked again, she was gone. No one else reported seeing her. The dash cam shows the figure vanish, leaving him and viewers wondering if it was a spirit in habit or just someone's imagination. Thank you very much for watching the video. Do like and share it with your friends. Subscribe to the channel and hit the bell icon to not miss any of the upcoming amazing videos. Thank you once again.